fight turns into a tragedy after a kid gets hit by a fleeing car. Let's get into it. But before we get into this video, make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. We're on our road to 3,500 subscribers. And if you like this video, be sure to click these other links and the links in the description for similar videos, just in case you're still feeling bored. And we all need something to watch when we're bored. Let's get into it. Man.
This is Darisha Bailey Vaught, a 17-year-old from Rochester, Minnesota. What happened next would change these young lives forever and shake this small community to its core. It all started at 1:20 a.m. on Sunday, July 16th at Lakeside Veterans Memorial Park in Forest Lake. What began as tension between two groups of young people boiled over into a violent confrontation. Witnesses say both sides were armed, some with baseball bats, hammers, and a crowbar. Prosecutors say 20-year-old Dylan Simmons was playing hacky sack with friends at the park that night when he sent a text message to Devin Bailey Vaught telling him to come to the park to fight. A conflict between Simmons and Vaught and their respective friend groups had been brewing for about 2 years. Through records requests and extensive research, Midwest Crime has obtained exclusive footage of the incident. For the first time outside of court, here's the full story. Vaught arrived in a vehicle, while Simmons and a passenger exited his vehicle wielding hammers. Vaught and his friend were also armed with a baseball bat and a folding knife. A witness would later tell jurors, both sides up to this point were in the wrong. As the fight starts to wind down, Simmons and a friend head back to his car, a white Mazda sedan.
Our coverage is made possible because of sponsors like Morgan & Morgan. Over the years, we've brought you mind-boggling video of crashes.
Man, what is y'all got in this video? Ain't nobody trying to hear nothing about Morgan & Morgan. What the heck? I'm trying to hear about this fight, man. Talking about some Morgan & Morgan. Nobody... Who is Morgan & Morgan?
Drives toward the crowd, narrowly missing the group standing just inches away. He crashes into the rear of Vaught's vehicle, nearly running over someone's foot and brushing against someone else's leg. Simmons backs up and accelerates again, this time hitting Vaught's sister, 17-year-old Darisha, driving over her with both front and rear tires before speeding away. Now, for the first time, we bring this exclusive footage to the public from 3 perspectives.
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Were you shot?
I got them on camera!
You gotta go, bro. You gotta go.
Moments later, police and paramedics arrive. They rush to provide emergency medical aid to Darisha as she lies in the parking lot.
Forest Lake 3434, the RP is
His ass about to go to jail.
Female is not breathing. RP didn't see what direction the vehicle left. It's still focused on the person. Copy.
34 copy. Just looking for you got him health en route.
Copy, we have them en route.
However you book your car, first check Kayak and filter your rental search by car type to find exactly what you need.
Man.
Forest Lake 3434, CPR in progress. No, please. Oh, please. Stay with me. Here, I'm gonna switch out with you, okay?
Despite their efforts, she had multiple fractures and a traumatic head injury. Darisha died at the scene shortly after rescue crews arrived.
Man.
A medical examiner later ruled her death was a homicide. Simmons and his passenger quickly drove away, but they didn't get far. The passenger called someone still at the scene who was speaking with an officer. They convinced Simmons to return back to the scene. Simmons eventually drove back and turned himself in, and admitted to officers that he knew he'd struck the victim. This surveillance camera video gave prosecutors the evidence they needed to upgrade Simmons' charges to second-degree murder, with 3 counts of second-degree assault added to the case.
A family in Forest Lake is grieving the loss of a 17-year-old girl.
Police say that someone intentionally hit and killed her during a fight at a park this weekend. 20-year-old Dylan Simmons appeared in court for the first time today after Washington County prosecutors charged him with third-degree murder and vehicular homicide.
Simmons's trial started in December 2024, but it wasn't long before tensions turned the quiet courthouse into chaos. 2 families, one seeking justice, the other claiming innocence. During the first day of the trial, both sides shouted at each other outside the courtroom and a hole was punched in the wall, with the fighting continuing over lunch at a Carboni's Pizza near the courthouse.
I just want him to pay for his crime. Like, he's admitting that he hit her, but he's not admitting that he did it on purpose.
He's right. Despite prosecutors saying Dylan Simmons intentionally tried to hit people with his car, killing Bailey Vath, Simmons' mother is speaking out for the first time, saying her son is a good kid and did not mean to hit her.
Well, first and foremost, I want to start out by saying,
stop it, dog. That's what every parent says when their kid does some dumb shit. He's a good kid. He never did nothing wrong. Wasn't he the one who sent the message to no, somebody told him to pull up to the park and fight? If he pulled up, he knew what he was intending to do. To fight, to cause harm, right? And he got in his car and ended up killing that girl. Like, cut this the fuck out.
Our hearts and prayers go out to Darisha's family, the Bailey Vath family. They've suffered a tremendous loss. I'm not saying I don't think he should do any time. I think what I'm saying is he's not a murderer. What they're trying to throw at him is crazy to me.
The 2 groups had been fighting. Waldo says her son was terrified when it was all unfolding at Lakeside Veterans Memorial Park.
His car was surrounded by multiple kids beating on the car with a bat. He freaked out. He was scared. He put it in drive. There was people in front of the car and some jumped out of the way, and unfortunately she didn't. And like I said, it's so sad. I think he should do what's just and fair, which is not 32 years, not his life. Like, I just don't.
But as far as prison...
But he took a life. In a girl's life at that. He took a life. Why not his? Why not?
How long is enough?
32 years.
I want him to do the rest of his life because...
32 years, so what state is this? At 32 years, he's probably not going to do 32 years, right? He probably do like...
We lost a life.
Less
he
than
should
half.
spend the rest of his life in prison.
After a 5-day trial, the jury reached its verdict. Simmons was found guilty of second-degree murder without intent, and he was acquitted of the charge of second-degree murder with intent. Jurors found him guilty of criminal vehicular homicide and 3 counts of second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon. Simmons remains jailed in Washington County ahead of his sentencing, set for March 20th, 2025. A judge will ultimately determine Simmons' fate. He is facing up to 40 years in prison. For Darisha's family, the verdict brought a measure of justice, but they still feel the pain of her loss. This part of their legal battle may be over, but the scars of that night remain.
My daughter is gone. I'm never gonna see her again. I'm never gonna be able to hold her. I'm not gonna see her graduate.
Now they can only remember a young woman who was excited to graduate high school next spring, with big dreams of becoming a veterinarian.
I miss her so much. I miss her so much. I miss my best friend and my baby sister so much.
For an extended version of this video,
I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's crazy, man. But that's what every parent says. Oh, he's not wrong. He's not a bad person. But he's out here doing shit he ain't got no business doing because you ain't raised him right. Real talk. I feel bad for that family. That's sad they lost their daughter and sister. The guy got 40 years. What is he gonna do? Like 20 years out of that 40? And probably less than that because, they got the good time and, these programs they can take. He probably won't even do 20 years and he'll be out. She's dead. Why are you tripping? Like, they didn't give him life in prison. They didn't give him life without parole, so he still could come home. But that girl can never go back to her family. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you still need something new to watch and you're bored, make sure you click one of these videos or click down in the description for a similar video. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. I'm gone.